Welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. Today I have a recipe that I've made for many years. Having said that, I haven't had it wrote down, so I've had to put it together just for you. This simple yet very delicious fluffy pancake is easily complemented by many condiments or choices on side. Some of these include fresh fruit, whipped cream, melted chocolate and caramel, maple syrup, and table syrups, and even fried bacon. The list goes on and on. First of all, I have compiled the pre-poured ingredients. Alright, so now let's get started. You will need a large mixing bowl. One with a spout for pouring it is really helpful. And I also use an electric griddle. Start by adding 2 cups of flour to the mixing bowl. Then 1/4 cup of white sugar, and now 1 cup of milk, and yes, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, then just 1/4 teaspoon of salt, then 1/4 cup of canola oil, and finally 1 egg. Now using a large spoon, mix this all together. You will definitely need more milk, so this is the tricky part. It is based on your judgment of the right consistency. So I'm going to say add another 1/2 cup of milk or so. Now you don't want to use a mixer. Just beat it with a spoon until the batter is looking like this. The batter should drop from the spoon slowly, as you can see here. Now preheat the griddle to 350 degrees and add some canola oil. And smooth that oil out evenly. Now pour the batter out onto the hot griddle like this, shaping it slightly with a spoon to form circles for each pancake. Okay, so this will only take a few minutes to fry up, and you'll know when it's time to turn them when you see small bubbles form on the top of each pancake. As you can see here, they're forming and popping. It's now time to turn them over. Now it will take less time to fry on the other side, so just watch them closely. Remember to only turn them once if you want them to stay nice and fluffy. You don't want dull, rubbery, flat pancakes. Now there you have my recipe for fluffy pancakes. Now I will go on to show you what else you can do with this recipe. You can add chocolate chips to the batter. And if everyone likes chocolate chips in the batter, then you can do that to the whole thing. But I sometimes put my batter into different bowls and add what each person likes separately too. Now you can see how these chocolate chip pancakes are frying up quite nicely. Now that they're browned up well, I'll take them off and serve them with some syrup. So on to the next idea. With this one, I slice up some nice sweet apples. Only this time, I pour the batter onto the griddle just like I would for the fluffy pancake. And as soon as I have the batter poured on the griddle, I add the apple slices to the top of the pancake right away. Then I sprinkle it with some cinnamon and sugar mixed together. Now I like to turn the heat down on this one a little bit to about just under 300 degrees so that the apples will cook through nicely. Now just checking to see how it's browning up underneath. The slices of apple appear cooked through, so now when I'm taking the pancake off the grill to the plate, I'm going to flip it over quickly so it stays intact and the apple slices show up on top. Now I'm just adding a lump of butter and some syrup. Another option is you can sprinkle icing sugar on top. These containers make it easier to sprinkle on the cinnamon sugar or the icing sugar. You can adjust the size of the holes as well. Now another option is you can add whey powder so that you can have protein in your pancakes. Now if you add a scoop of the whey protein, you may have to add just a little bit more milk, only by a tablespoon or so. Now it's the same thing if you want peanut butter pancakes, you can add some peanut butter to the batter. And again, you may have to watch the consistency and add a little bit of milk if needed. As you can see here, you can cut the pancakes into different shapes to have a little bit of fun with it. Now you really can make these pancakes exactly the way you like them. So have fun exploring the different options and enjoy.